Final answer. The trench causes earthquakes and supports diverse marine ecosystems. Number 6. Explain how the archipelagic nature of the Philippines affects the distribution of its climate zones. Given, Philippines consists of many islands. Required effect on climate distribution. Solution. Islands create varied microclimates due to topography and exposure to monsoon. So the final answer, climate zones vary across islands from wet coastal areas to cooler uplands. Number 7. Using a rainfall map, describe the effect of monsoons on the climate and agriculture of the Philippine Islands. So we're given rainfall map required effect of monsoons. Solution. Southwest monsoon brings heavy rains, floodings, and there is a rice cultivation. Northeast monsoon, cooler, dry conditions. Final answer. Monsoons influence rainfall patterns and determine agricultural cycles. Number 8. Analyze a topographic map and explain how elevation influences temperature and vegetation in Luzon and Mindanao. So we're given topographic map required relation of elevation to temperature and vegetation. Solution. Higher elevations mean cooler temperatures. There are pine forests. In lower elevations, you have there tropical vegetation. Final answer. Vegetation changes with elevation due to temperature differences. Number 9. Using coastal maps, explain how coral reefs and mangroves protect shorelines while supporting marine life. Given, coastal maps required their protective role. Solution. Reefs reduce wave impact. Mangroves prevent erosion and provide habitats for fish. Final answer. Coral reefs and mangroves protect coastlines and support marine life. Number 10. Describe how typhoons shape both the physical and biological environment of the Philippines. Given, Philippines experiences typhoons. Required effect on physical and biological environment. Solution. Typhoons cause flooding, landslides, habitat destruction, and nutrient Redistribution. Final answer. Typhoons shape the landscape and affect ecosystems. Number 11. Using geological maps, explain the distribution of active volcanoes and how they affect soil fertility. So we're given geological maps required, effect of volcanoes on soil. Solution: volcanic ash enriches soil with minerals that makes that to have fertile agricultural land. Final answer: volcanic areas have highly fertile soils supporting crops. Number 12. Using images or diagrams of islands, explain how erosion and sedimentation contribute to the formation of beaches and river deltas. So given images of islands required, how they form beaches and deltas. Solution: rivers deposit sediments through deltas. Waves erode cliffs. Then you have sandy beaches. Final answer: erosion and deposition create coastal landforms like beaches and deltas. Number 13. Explain how the Philippines location near the equator influences the biodiversity of its flora and fauna. Given equatorial location, required influence on flora and fauna biodiversity. Solution: warm, humid climate. You then have tropical rainforests and high biodiversity. Final answer: equatorial location results in rich and diverse flora and fauna. Number 14. Using cross-sectional diagrams, explain the formation of plateaus and valleys in tectonically active regions of the Philippines. So given cross-sectional diagrams required, formation process. Solution: tectonic uplift forms plateaus. Erosion and river cutting create valleys. Final answer: plateaus arise from uplift, valleys from erosion in tectonically active areas. Number 15. Describe how endemic species in the Philippines are influenced by the archipelago's isolation and varied habitats. Given archipelago with isolated habitats required, Influence on endemic species. Solution. Isolation promotes unique species due to limited gene flow. Final answer. Isolation and habitat biodiversity result in endemic plants and animals. Number 16. Using a map of the Philippine fault systems, explain how fault lines contribute to earthquakes and influence landform development. Given map of faults required contribution to earthquakes and landforms. Solution. Fault movement would mean earthquake, land displacement, and formation of valleys and ridges. Final answer. Faults generate earthquakes and shape landforms over time. Number 17. Examine a diagram. Number 18. Using images of coral atolls and sandbars, explain how sea level changes and sediment deposition form these features. So we're given the images and then required formation due to sea level changes and sedimentation. Solution. Rising or falling sea levels and wave deposition would mean formation of atolls and sandbars. Final answer. Coastal landforms develop through sea level changes and sediment deposition. Number 19. Explain the role of rivers and lakes in shaping landforms and supporting life in the Philippines. Given Philippine rivers and lakes required role in shaping landforms and supporting life. Solution. Rivers carve valleys, form deltas. Lakes provide habitats and fresh water. Final answer. Rivers and lakes shape terrain and sustain biodiversity. Number 20. Using maps and images, describe how human activity interacts with the archipelago's geography to influence natural resources, settlements, and biodiversity. Given maps and images of settlements, required interaction with geography. Solution. Agriculture, urbanization, and mining affect landscapes. Settlements follow rivers, plains, and fertile volcanic soil. Final answer. Human activity modifies landscapes, resource use, and ecosystem distribution. We'll have the next part of our Earth and Space Science, Lesson 4.